Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, and it is time for our 2019 NFL Draft Scouting Report series. Expect about 1 or 2 scouting reports per week, and we are beginning with quarterbacks, and we are beginning with Dwayne Haskins and Kyler Murray this week. Dwayne Haskins being right now the quarterback out of Ohio State. Without further ado, let us begin. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at Dwayne Haskins. Quarterback standing at 6'3", 220 pounds, and he has a very solid frame to him. You see a good amount of bulk to Dwayne Haskins. Now, he's a little bit chubby, but I'm okay with that, right? We're not asking him to be a chiseled wide receiver or something. He's a quarterback. Big Ben has been fine carrying extra weight in the NFL for years, so I'm absolutely fine with that. And then you could argue that as to his durability, but I'm not really here to make that argument, so I like his size there. 2018 statistics: 70% completion percentage, 4,800 passing yards, 50 passing touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions for Dwayne Haskins. This is absolutely ridiculous production. It's the best production in this 2018 NFL draft class, and pretty much one of the best stat lines you can see coming out of college. This is a ridiculous stat line here for Dwayne Haskins. Projected 40 time. Now, I think people are nuts here. I see Vegas listing the odds for Dwayne Haskins right now. The over-under is 471 for Dwayne Haskins. Now, I don't know what Stephen A. Smith may tell you, but I'm here to tell you this. He is not going to run a 471. To me, I have him down for a 481. If Dak Prescott ran a 479 and Carson Wentz ran a 477 and Andrew Luck ran a 467, I just don't see how Dwayne Haskins is going to run a 4.7. I just don't see it. He might. He's definitely not getting down to 4.6. This is not a running quarterback, people. Now, he will make plays with his legs, and if you give him free reign to do so, he will hurt you, right? So you don't want to completely leave the middle of the field completely devoid of anyone, allow him to run up the field for extra yardage, but he's not a big run threat at all. He's very much more a passer than a runner. So I'm projecting a 4.81, and we'll see. The combine's just around the corner, but I have him down for 4.81. So let's get to his strengths. He has good short accuracy, man. You see a lot of shallow crosses, a lot of screens, a lot of flat throws to the flat in the Ohio State system. They take advantage of Paris Campbell and KJ Hill. They're speedy backs and receivers at Ohio State, and Dwayne Haskins does a fantastic job normally of getting the ball to them. Good arm strength, right? He has a lively arm. He zips passes. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't have a lot of touch at times, and he could use a lot more touch. Doesn't throw a lot of seam passes, doesn't throw a lot of deep back shoulder fades to the outside, doesn't do a lot of that. But in terms of arm strength, in terms of getting the ball there, in terms of zipping passes in the middle of the field, he's able to do that consistently. And in terms of getting the ball out to his wide receivers on those screens quickly, he's able to do that with good zip, good velocity, good accuracy. So good arm strength, definitely a strength for him. And he's a decent decision maker. Now, he'll make a couple mistakes, right? He did have 8 interceptions, but 8 interceptions as compared to 50 touchdowns is pretty good, right? That's a good benchmark right there. So you know you're not going to get many interceptions out of Dwayne Haskins. Now, he will make the occasional mistake, but he's a quarterback to where he's not really going to throw the ball blindly. He's going to want to see a wide receiver open before he throws it, or at least have very good confidence that that wide receiver is there, that that running back is there, that that tight end is there and open, right? He won't make a lot of big time tight window throws either, right? Which, you know, sometimes can detract away from potentially making these big plays, but, you know, he's going to make safe throws as well. So there are pros and cons to that, but I think it's more of a pro than a con, so it's a strength for me. Getting into his weaknesses, pocket presence. I don't think it's very good at all. I don't think it's very good at all. Now, he had a good offensive line at Ohio State, but I fear what's going to happen in the NFL if he ever has to be faced with a bad offensive line in front of him. When things break down, things get ugly for Dwayne Haskins. We will get into that in the film breakdown in just a moment. His intermediate and deep accuracy, I don't see it. It was not on display at Ohio State. Now, they did not have many tall wide receivers that could come down, you know, with these big seam plays, with these big back shoulder fades. You know, that really wasn't on display. There weren't many go routes. There were some, not many. They were really focusing on the short to intermediate range. but he really didn't make those throws consistently or accurately for me at all. I did not see it on tape, and I wanted to see it on tape, and this is surprising because we're talking about a guy with a lively arm. We discussed that earlier, but the deep accuracy, I didn't see it. I want to see it at the combine. I want to see it at his pro day, and he has inconsistent mechanics. You know, sometimes his footwork is not sound. He will not set his feet. He will not drive the ball forward using his balance, using his force, using all the power, and being able to have a set in stone rhythm. He doesn't do that consistently enough for me, and unfortunately that will detract from his throws and have accuracy issues from time to time. Look at a pro comparison. Okay, I compare him to two men, Dak Prescott and Derek Carr, where, you know what, in terms of Dak Prescott, he is a guy that again makes good sound decisions. I think he has better arm strength than Dak Prescott. Okay, so you could say the upside is more, you know, is more to Dwayne Haskins' favor there, but I don't love Dak Prescott's deep ball. I don't love his intermediate ball. He's able to make some throws, I mean, let's make no doubt about it, but he's also able to use his legs, although not being very mobile, right? Dak Prescott ran a 4.79 40. I think Dak Prescott's slightly faster than Dwayne Haskins. I think he's slightly faster, and I think the combine will prove that. But if you leave the middle of the field open, he's gonna hurt you, right? And if things break down, as long as he's able to sense that things are breaking down, he could hurt you there, and he's gonna make good, safe, sound decisions, lead you down the field for touchdowns. Now, is he ever gonna be this prolific passer? I'm not sure about that. Derek Carr, I also compare him to. If things go well, I think he could be as prolific as Derek Carr was when he was competing for the MVP. But when Derek Carr was then faced with a bad offensive line, you know, when things broke down in Oakland, you saw the ugly parts of Derek Carr, that his pocket presence isn't very good, that he's not able to consistently make the throws that you want to see make, that his accuracy can waver from time to time, and that can hurt his football team. So I really like the comparisons here. So with that said, let's move on to a film breakdown, and then we'll move on to my best fits and prospect grade for Dwayne Haskins. Alright, so let's take a look at a couple of plays that to me exemplify the strengths and weaknesses of Dwayne Haskins. And this was an ugly play, people. Okay, this is 3rd and 17 in the Rose Bowl. This is a big game for Dwayne Haskins, right? So we have no running backs in the backfield, right? We have 5 wide receivers out, potentially a running back out here. I can't really see the numbers right now, and I don't know Ohio State personnel. I don't need to know. We're focused on Dwayne Haskins. What will we do here? 3rd and 17 in the Rose Bowl. Alright, so he sees, you know, okay, there's nothing out there, and then he ends up taking a sack because the left tackle wasn't able to protect this guy pretty much right off of the snap, right? But when you look at this play, you're gonna see Dwayne Haskins just missing things that he normally does not miss out in the open field, but this is a play that really concerns me. So he takes the snap, he looks, right, senses the pressure, sees his left tackle's having problems, steps in the pocket. I love it. Boom! Look at your boy downfield. There he is, running a corner to the left side near the boundary. Boom, make the throw. Make the throw. It's a first down on a 3rd and 17. This cornerback is not going out there. I believe this wide receiver is running I believe either a slant or he's staying out there. But the point is the cornerback is not going to go off this wide receiver. He's not going to peel off this wide receiver and go pick this ball off. Your boy's wide open. The safety's staying back. They're still in cover 2. You see the linebackers are there. They don't know what's going on. Your boy is wide open downfield, and he does nothing, and he takes the sack. I can't believe he didn't see this. All right, and he doesn't do this often, but he does it enough for me to say, okay, what's going on here, bud? Because this is a pass you absolutely need to see and need to make. I know NFL defenses are not great these days, but they're not going to give you great opportunities like this. Step into it and make the throw. Why didn't he make the throw? Well, because he was waiting on his wide receiver coming over the middle here, and he wasn't able to move on from the progression soon enough. I know there's a potential here to time this pass. He's waiting for the moment when this wide receiver is able to get just past the linebacker, but not yet to the other linebacker, not yet to the middle linebacker, and being able to squeeze it in there. I understand the progression, right? I understand that he doesn't want to take this yet, that he's waiting on that guy there, but if he would just read the field, look, a quick scan, he would have hit this guy. And I think this is something that you should see with your peripheral vision. I mean, just looking out onto the field, I think this is something that you should see, and this is something that he was not able to see. So this was a negative play for Dwayne Haskins, absolutely. But there's also positive plays for Dwayne Haskins. Let's look at this touchdown pass that was absolutely tremendous and does show you that he's able to read the field very well at times. Now, let's look at the next angle for this throw here, this touchdown pass over the middle of the field. You're going to see him hold this safety, right? He was pinpointing right there. Right, he's looking left, and then here he has that peripheral vision. He understands what's going on out in the field. He's able to see that his boy is going to come open in the middle of the field as long as he can hold this safety over the middle. He does it. No look pass, essentially, right? He looks at the end here, but really holds the safety, and then says, okay, my boy got open. The linebacker or the safety here was able to stand out, was able to stay down, didn't follow him up, so let me go ahead and make that touchdown strike. Beautiful touchdown. Hooray, right? So this is the dichotomy. When can he consistently see the field well? The thing is with this second throw, I think it was predetermined, right? So this is the thing. When you're going into a play, you have your progressions, you have, you're gonna, look at certain wide receivers in a certain order. That's great. But having peripheral vision, being able to understand that, hey, even though I'm looking for this certain scenario, if it doesn't look great early, I'm still able to just be cognizant. I'm able to see what else is going on the football field and being able to make plays when they are there. That's what the NFL is going to require him to do. Ohio State only really required him to make 1 or 2 reads, and if they were there, he was able to make those throws consistently. But can he consistently make the other throws, the extraordinary throws that will push him over the top? Because right now, my problem with him is, will he ever be elite? Will he ever be special? If he can make those throws, he will be. Alright, so with that said, his best fits. What are his best fits? Honestly, anyone that needs a quarterback. Okay, now the Arizona Cardinals, I don't think they're taking a quarterback except for potentially Kyler Murray, so I did not list them here. But other than that, we do have the Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Giants, and the Redskins. All of these teams in the quarterback market, all of them are good fits to me. I mean, Dwayne Haskins is not a guy that needs to be put in a particular system. He's not, right? He's a guy that fits a lot of systems, right? He can run a West Coast system to me. He can run different types of running power-based systems to me in the NFL. He can run a spread offense, honestly, if you wanted him to. So I don't think offensive fit is a problem with Dwayne Haskins. I think he's a guy that can fit in many offenses. So ultimately, what is my prospect grade for Dwayne Haskins? What is my conclusion on Dwayne Haskins? I like him, I don't love him. Okay, so the problem is we have these teams that I listed as best fits, such as the Jaguars and the Giants at the top of the first round. Would I take him with one of those picks? Well, let me tell you, okay, I give him a grade of 84. Which means that he's a good prospect. He should be an average starter in this league with potential to be above average in the future. That's all right, I equate that level to the 2 guys I mentioned before in Dak Prescott and Derek Carr. They are guys that can win you games, and they are quarterbacks, right? If you get them, congratulations, you have a quarterback. After 4 years, you'll like where you're at, and you'll extend them. But I don't think you'll ever say we have Aaron Rodgers, we have Patrick Mahomes, we have Andrew Luck. We are absolutely 100% sold on this guy. He is the guy 100%. I'm not sure if he'll ever be that. So, do you take this guy now, or do you wait for that guy? I think you take this guy now. However, is he my quarterback 1? No, I do like Kyler Murray more. We're going to talk about Kyler Murray in my next scouting report. But I do believe we have a guy here that will be a starting quarterback in the NFL and good enough to eventually earn that franchise quarterback contract extension. I just do question if he's ever going to be elite, right? But we can't be greedy when looking for quarterbacks. We got to take what we can get. As long as you're not Blake Bortles, as long as you're not Nathan Peterman, we want you, we'll be able to team around you. And I do think he is a winner. I saw at times that Ohio State, when he had to win games against Michigan, he was able to get it done consistently. I do think he is a winner. We did not see it large enough of a sample size there for me to go all in on that, but I like him, right? He's not my quarterback 1, but I like him. If you were asking me where would I take him in terms of the draft, I'd love to take an early 2nd round pick on him, but you just can't do that, right? If you're desperate for a quarterback, you have to take one as soon as one arrives. So 1st round pick, you're probably gonna have to do that in one of these teams. Absolutely will. So that said, those are my thoughts on Dwayne Haskins, the quarterback out of Ohio State. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.